On an early autumn morning in South Dakota, USA, Farmer Tom's weathered pickup truck is ready to head straight into an expanse of over 4,000 hectares. This place, which he calls a miniature prairie, is home to hundreds of bison grazing naturally under the sunlight. So, how can a ranch in the middle of the wilderness raise hundreds of these iconic American wild animals and turn them into a sought-after source of clean meat worldwide? Let's find out in today's video. Once on the brink of extinction, the North American bison is experiencing a remarkable resurgence, with its population growing from a mere 1.2% and now spreading widely across the American prairies. Thanks to conservation policies and sustainable farming practices, bison have become a common export commodity worldwide. Globally, the bison meat market is estimated at nearly $343 million, with projections suggesting it could reach $587 million by 2033, growing at an average rate of over 6% annually. In the United States, the bison's place of origin, the number of bison processed is significantly lower than the 36 million cattle, but their nutritional value is increasingly favored and eagerly sought after by consumers. From the lush prairies to high-end restaurants in the US, Canada, and Europe, bison remain a living symbol of natural revival and premium quality clean meat. At Tom's Ranch, this story of balancing conservation and livelihood continues to unfold. So, what specific strategies has he employed to maintain a healthy bison herd in the wild while ensuring the meat meets the stringent standards of a demanding market? Across a 3,000-hectare expanse, Tom employs a free-range grazing model for hundreds of bison, allowing them to roam freely in search of food across vast lands. While managed by humans, these bison live in conditions remarkably close to their wild state. Unlike industrial feedlots, where cattle are confined to cramped spaces, live on concrete floors, eat processed feed, and are regularly injected with growth hormones, Tom's Bison Ranch thrives on three simple yet challenging principles. No antibiotics. No growth hormones. No industrial feed. These are the unwavering tenets Tom has upheld for over 15 years in developing this model. His goal is not only to produce clean, high-quality meat but also to restore a once abandoned and degraded grassland ecosystem. Monitoring is also critical. Each bison on Tom's Ranch is fitted with an identification chip to precisely track its health journey. Surveillance cameras are strategically placed across key areas of the prairie, enabling Tom and his team to promptly detect and address any irregularities in the herd. Notably, Tom emphasizes individual care over mass health checks typical of industrial operations. Each bison is evaluated individually at least twice before harvest to ensure 100% of the meat meets rigorous standards, delivering true nutritional value to consumers. Annually, the ranch harvests about 250 bison, a modest number compared to commercial cattle operations that process tens of thousands each year. For Tom, however, quality trumps quantity. Every kilogram of meat from his ranch is the result of a year of free movement, natural grazing, and living true to the bison's wild instincts. Tom shares that his ranch produces approximately 40 tons of bison meat each year from these 250 animals. This is unsurprising, as bison meat is considered a superfood, rich in protein and omega-3s but low in fat. Moreover, Tom's approach, free of growth hormones, force feeding, or fattening, ensures safety during inspections and delivers meat with a naturally rich, sweet flavor and firm texture. Each day, he and other farmers slowly drive their pickup trucks behind the herd, sounding familiar horn signals to prompt the bison to return. It takes about 30-45 minutes to bring the herd to the monitoring area. Tom's health monitoring zone is set up right on the grazing pasture. It features a truck equipped with soft partitions to prevent skin scratches, a non-slip floor to minimize injuries during movement, and an automatic cooling system to reduce stress for the bison on hot days. Every detail is meticulously designed to preserve the wild nature of these animals. The bison are then led into the truck one by one. Tom and his team conduct thorough checks, including heart rate, gait observation, internal and external body parts, parasites, and, crucially, body weight. The process is swift if the animal shows no significant health issues. Afterward, the bison are released back to the pasture to resume their natural activities with the herd. The bison processing plant is just 15 kilometers from Tom's ranch, close enough to maintain ideal transport conditions without disrupting the cold chain. Inside the plant, operations are methodical and adhere to strict hygiene standards. From cutting and sorting to cooling and rapid packaging, every step is streamlined. Large bison meat portions are sliced into smaller pieces using automated mechanical saws to minimize hand contact. Workers then perform a sequence of tasks, photographing for inspection, labeling, and vacuum sealing on site. All processes occur in a closed-loop system, maintaining optimal temperatures to preserve meat freshness before market distribution. Thanks to this swift, professional, and rigorously inspected process, bison meat is widely exported to numerous countries, particularly demanding markets like Europe and Asia. The U.S. remains the largest consumer of bison meat globally, not only as its homeland but also due to the rapidly growing demand for nutritious, healthy foods. This model not only highlights the superior nutritional value of bison meat but also showcases a new approach to agriculture, where humans can produce meat while maintaining ecological balance. Ranches like Tom's are a prime example of achieving this seemingly challenging balance. For him, building and developing this model is a commitment to sustainability, where clean food production goes hand in hand with responsibility and respect for every creature on the green prairie. For decades, chickens and fish have been two of the most important livestock choices for farmers across Southeast Asia. Chickens can be raised in coops, free-range, or even in large-scale industrial systems. Fish, on the other hand, are farmed in ponds, lakes, cement tanks, even in rice fields. But what happens when smart farmers choose to raise both animals in a single, closed-loop system? It's not just a clever idea. It's a sustainable agricultural solution that can generate stable income reaching into the millions of dollars. So what are we waiting for? Join us as we explore how integrated chicken and fish farms are changing the game in modern farming. With their easy care, fast growth, and low initial investment, chickens are among the most commonly raised livestock in Southeast Asia. From free-range chickens and meat hybrids to commercial egg layers, each breed has its own advantages. Chickens are omnivores and can thrive on green vegetables, rice bran, and natural insects, making them ideal for semi-free-range farming, especially when paired with fish ponds. They not only provide eggs, a steady source of daily income, but also bring high profits when sold for meat after just 2 to 3 months of raising. In this integrated model, fish are not only raised for harvest, they also play a vital role in maintaining biological balance within the pond environment. While chickens grow on land, fish make use of the water surface, a space that is often underutilized or left empty in many rural households. Commonly chosen species for this system include tilapia, grass carp, common carp, and catfish. These are omnivorous fish that grow quickly, are easy to raise, resistant to disease, and especially well suited to pond water enriched with natural fertilizer from chicken waste. Chicken droppings that fall into the pond become a rich source of nutrients for algae, plankton, and various microorganisms. Fish feed on these organisms or directly consume the decomposed waste, reducing feed costs by up to 50–60% throughout their growth cycle. It's not difficult to build a chicken and fish integrated farm, as the cost is relatively low and suitable for small-scale farmers. Even with limited land, many farming households can still implement this model effectively by arranging things smartly and making full use of available space. A common layout involves constructing a fish pond measuring 600–2,000 square meters, about 1.2–1.5 meters deep, placed at the center or covering around 2/3 of the total area. Surrounding the pond are elevated, airy chicken coops with mesh flooring or drainage slots that allow chicken droppings to fall directly into the pond, naturally fertilizing the water for the fish. During the day, chickens are released to roam within fenced areas around the pond. This allows them to move freely while preventing them from wandering off or being attacked by wild animals. At night, they are brought back into the coop to rest and ensure safety. Depending on the scale, the model can raise 300–500 chickens together with 2,000–4,000 fish in the pond. After about 4 months of continuous operation, farmers can earn a monthly income of $1,200–2,000, depending on management skills and actual conditions. Not only does the chicken and fish integrated model diversify income through meat, eggs, and fish, it also delivers significant indirect benefits, enhancing the overall economic efficiency for small-scale farmers. By taking advantage of the symbiotic relationship between species, this model helps reduce feed costs substantially. Chickens roam freely and can forage for natural food around the pond, while fish benefit from chicken manure as a nutrient source, cutting total feed expenses by 40–60%. At the same time, the chicken droppings enrich the water environment, boosting fish productivity through improved nutrient levels. The model also optimizes land use, producing both chickens and fish from the same space, maximizing output per square meter. According to one farm owner in Southeast Asia, the system allows for up to 4 chicken cycles and 2 fish harvests per year, generating an estimated annual income of $25,000 to $30,000, with an initial investment of just $2,000, $3,000. This stands as clear proof of how effective and sustainable this model can be for smallholder farmers. Moreover, as today's consumers increasingly prioritize clean, traceable food sources, this integrated approach helps build a trusted, eco-friendly agricultural brand. It also raises product value and makes it easier to connect with modern distribution channels like supermarkets and organic food stores. How can you start farming with low costs while ensuring stable, sustainable income over time? Amid rising feed prices and fluctuating markets, more and more farmers are innovating their approaches. The key is combining small-scale models to achieve significant results. In today's video, we'll explore how the integrated goat and chicken farming model is helping a new generation of farmers not only optimize costs but also enhance farming efficiency and maintain steady income during turbulent times. The integrated goat and chicken farming model is a highly effective two-tier farming solution that optimizes space, reduces costs, and significantly boosts profits. Goats are raised in elevated pens, while chickens are free-ranged on the ground, maximizing vertical space utilization. This approach is not only space-efficient but also offers flexibility and smart resource use, making it particularly suitable for farmers seeking efficiency and sustainability in today's challenging context. The integrated goat and chicken farming method offers numerous practical benefits, from optimizing space and reducing odors to minimizing market risks when one of the two income sources fluctuates. All of these contribute to building a sustainable, stable, and easily manageable farming system. Moreover, managing both species in the same area significantly saves time and effort. Farmers can schedule feeding, health checks, and cleaning, all streamlined into a single morning routine. The process is seamless, simple to execute, and yields double the efficiency. From just one model, farmers can harvest multiple products: chicken eggs, poultry meat, breeding goats, goat meat, and fresh goat milk, a highly diverse profit combo. When egg prices drop, farmers can shift to selling milk or capitalize on peak demand for goat meat. This cash flow flexibility is a standout advantage of this model. To ensure the integrated goat and chicken farming model truly delivers results, farmers need to master several key techniques. Ventilated and easy-to-clean coop design. Goat pens should be elevated with slatted floors to allow manure to fall through. Below, chickens roam freely on a layer of rice husks or sawdust, which absorbs moisture and naturally reduces odors. Separate diets for each species. Goats require ample green roughage and supplementary feed. While chickens need a diet rich in protein and carbohydrates. It's critical to prevent the two species from eating each other's food to avoid competition and digestive issues. Disease prevention and environmental hygiene. Although the chicken area is beneath the goat pens, it must be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected weekly to prevent diseases and maintain a clean, safe living environment for both species. Complete vaccination schedule. Chickens need vaccines for diseases like Marex, Gumboro, and Newcastle. Goats require vaccinations against foot and mouth disease, pasteurellosis, and more. Detailed record keeping helps track animal health and ensures no critical vaccinations are missed. The integrated goat and chicken farming model is not just about optimizing costs and space, it's a refined blend of traditional experience and modern farming innovation, a practical and pride-worthy approach to agriculture. With a modest initial investment, and by organizing and innovating wisely, the new generation of farmers can start small, generate quick profits, and scale up as needed. This model also lays the foundation for circular agriculture systems, such as raising earthworms, producing organic fertilizer, or growing clean vegetables right in the backyard, a small but highly potential ecosystem. In an era where global agriculture faces numerous challenges, climate change, depleting water resources, soil degradation, rising production costs, and the pressure to feed an ever-growing global population, sustainable, smart, and economically efficient farming models are becoming an inevitable trend. Amid this trend, China, a densely populated nation, is emerging with a highly innovative solution, raising crayfish in rice paddies. Right now, join us as we explore a farm that combines crayfish farming with rice cultivation. Crayfish, also known as red crawfish, were once considered a dangerous invasive species originating from the United States. With their ability to dig burrows, consume rice roots, reproduce rapidly, and lack natural predators, these crayfish caused significant headaches for Chinese farmers due to the severe damage they inflicted. However, through innovative thinking and relentless creativity, farmers have tamed this destructive pest into a billion-dollar revenue source. Crayfish are not only raised for domestic consumption but have also become a strategic export commodity, contributing to the transformation of Chinese agriculture toward an integrated, smart, and high-value-added model. farmers practicing integrated crawfish and rice cultivation report that each mu of paddy field can yield over 150 kilograms of crawfish and 500 kilograms of organic rice. This translates to an average income of 4,000 to 5,000 Chinese yuan per mu, equivalent to more than $600. Given that each farmer typically owns tens to hundreds of mu of land, their per season income can reach hundreds of thousands of US dollars, a truly enviable figure for most manual laborers in China. So, how exactly do Chinese farmers work to cultivate and maximize profits from this integrated model? For maximum efficiency, the crawfish rice paddy farming model is intelligently designed with small water channels around the fields. These channels provide suitable living conditions for the crawfish during both the dry and wet seasons. Farmers typically stock crawfish juveniles after transplanting young rice seedlings. This is a crucial period when the rice plants are vulnerable to insects and weeds. During this time, the crawfish play a vital role in cleaning the paddy environment, significantly reducing the need for pesticides and chemical fertilizers. Furthermore, crawfish waste becomes a natural nutrient source for the soil, promoting healthy rice growth. This creates a closed-loop production cycle that is both cost-effective and environmentally friendly. What's particularly noteworthy is that farmers don't need to invest heavily in modern technology. Instead, they primarily leverage indigenous knowledge combined with some water management, temperature monitoring, and cultivation timing technologies. By carefully adjusting the release schedule for crayfish and the planting schedule for rice, the life cycles of these two will mutually support each other. After 60-80 days, the crayfish reach market weight and are harvested by setting nets or draining the water, while the rice is also ready for harvest. An average mu of field yields 150 kilograms of crawfish and 500 kilograms of rice, translating to an income of 4,000, 5,000 renminbi. With hundreds of mu of fields, farmers can easily earn hundreds of thousands of US dollars annually, a truly compelling figure for the vast majority of rural households. Beyond just income, this model also creates a robust economic value chain. After harvest, crayfish are sold in local markets, casual eateries, high-end restaurants, or sent to processing plants for freezing, packaging, and export. Thousands of tons of crayfish are brought to market each year, not only providing a nutritious protein source for domestic consumers but also exported to Europe and to the US, generating over 100 million US dollars in revenue. In regions like Hubei, Jiangsu, and Anhui, crayfish have become a symbol of transformation in sustainable agriculture. From the perspective of scientists, this is a symbiotic farming model, one that boosts yield while simultaneously protecting soil, water resources, and biodiversity. The fact that crayfish consume harmful organisms helps limit the use of pesticides, thereby producing cleaner, higher quality rice that aligns with modern consumption trends. However, we cannot overlook some potential risks. If not managed well, crayfish can reproduce uncontrollably and damage rice paddy embankments, leading to drainage issues, erosion, and negatively impacting crops. Furthermore, expanding this model into unsuitable ecological zones or without proper planning could result in local ecological imbalance. Therefore, the model is only effective when accompanied by a biological monitoring system, regulations for population control, and policies that encourage farmers to adhere to clean production processes. Notably, China is not the only country pursuing this model. In Louisiana, the birthplace of the crayfish, residents have long adopted a similar farming method, though it's not as widespread as in China. Likewise, some Southeast Asian countries like Vietnam and Thailand are also beginning to research the feasibility of implementing this model in the future. In an era where agriculture is increasingly focused on sustainability and environmental friendliness, many farmers in Southeast Asia have explored and adopted closed-loop farming models, where all waste is reusable, and value is created from what might seem like discards. So, what kind of model is this? Let's dive in and explore. Earthworms, scientifically known as Icenia fetida, are gentle creatures living beneath the soil's humus layer, with an exceptional ability to decompose organic matter. They reproduce quickly, are easy to raise, and produce vermicompost, a nutrient-rich organic fertilizer packed with nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and beneficial microorganisms. This clean manure is highly sought after by organic farms worldwide. In Southeast Asia, the market price for vermicompost ranges from $120 to $250 per ton, depending on its purity, moisture content, and brand. Meanwhile, fresh earthworms are sold at $2 to $5 per kilogram, commonly purchased by free-range poultry farms, fish farms, and even bird enthusiasts as a protein-rich feed source. Meanwhile, rabbits are also easy-to-raise animals with rapid reproduction rates and minimal care requirements. A female rabbit can produce 6 to 8 litters per year, with each litter averaging 6 to 8 kits. They feed on grass, green vegetables, and pelleted feed, thriving well in the hot and humid climate of Southeast Asia. However, a key factor that makes rabbits particularly favored in this model is their manure, which is ideal for earthworms. Unlike chicken or pig manure, which contains high levels of ammonia and requires pre-treatment, rabbit manure is dry, loose, and nearly odorless, making it suitable for direct use in earthworm beds after a short composting period. To successfully implement this model, farmers should focus on selecting healthy rabbit breeds, such as New Zealand white or French hybrids, avoid using antibiotics to protect the earthworms, maintain a stable environment for worm cultivation, prevent manure from overheating during fermentation, and start on a small scale to gain experience before expanding. So, how can this model be developed most effectively? The rabbit farming manure collection earthworm raising model operates as a closed-loop biological cycle. Rabbits are raised in elevated cages with slatted or mesh floors, with trays placed underneath to collect dry, clean, odor-free manure that's easy to gather. Each morning, the manure is collected and taken to the worm cultivation area, where it is composted for 2-3 days with straw, sawdust, or rice husks to balance moisture and temperature, turning it into a digestible meal for the earthworms. Earthworms are raised in long soil beds or foam boxes, with humidity maintained at 65-75%. Each 1 square meter bed can produce 25-50 kilograms of vermicompost per month, equivalent to $3-6 USD in value, not including the value of the worms themselves. After about 45-60 days, farmers can harvest vermicompost for crop fertilization, fresh worms as feed for poultry or fish, or for commercial sale, along with worm eggs for breeding. Did you know, each adult rabbit can produce 50-100 g of manure daily? With a farm of 100 rabbits, farmers can collect 5-10 kilograms of manure per day, sufficient to sustain a small-scale worm cultivation area of 15-20 square meters. The standout feature is that this entire process generates no waste. On the contrary, rabbit manure becomes a valuable resource. This allows farmers to earn income not only from rabbit meat, priced at $4-7 USD kg, with one adult rabbit yielding about $8-14 USD, but also from vermicompost and fresh earthworms. Thus, with just a small-scale operation, 100 rabbits and 20 square meters of worm beds, farmers can generate a monthly income of $300-500 USD, a significant amount in rural Southeast Asia. With a year-round hot and humid climate, abundant and affordable auxiliary materials, and growing demand for organic products, Southeast Asia is truly an ideal region for this model. Can you believe it? In the tranquil waterways of this region, locals are reaping profits from a remarkably unique method, combining coconut cultivation with fish farming, yielding substantial economic benefits. This isn't just an innovative idea, it's a practical model transforming lives day by day. So, How exactly is this method implemented, and how does it generate such impressive profits? Join us as we uncover all the details in today's video. This model is being applied in several provinces in Vietnam's Mekong Delta. Locals have cleverly transformed garden ditches into fish ponds while planting rows of coconut trees along both banks. Each day, they can tend to their orchards and raise fish efficiently within the same space. The ditches, originally used solely for garden drainage, have now become ideal spots for raising tilapia, catfish, or snakehead fish, depending on each household's conditions. The fish grow quickly in a clean environment, shaded by rows of coconut trees and regularly tended to. Without needing to invest in separate ponds, farmers can still harvest tons of fish per season. Additionally, the ditches situated between rows of coconut trees are less exposed to intense sunlight, keeping the water cool and reducing the risk of fish suffering from heat shock. The fish grow naturally without requiring much medication or growth-enhancing feed, significantly lowering costs. This innovative approach brings practical benefits in terms of investment costs and cultivation space for farmers. Coconut trees adapt well to hot climates and sandy soils, especially along ditch banks, producing fruit consistently year-round. Meanwhile, the shaded, cool water surface beneath the coconut canopy is ideal for raising fish like tilapia, giant gourmet, or snakehead, significantly reducing the land needed for farming. Beyond boosting economic efficiency, combining coconut cultivation with fish farming significantly reduces negative environmental impacts. Byproducts from coconut trees, such as old fronds, dried leaves, or straw, can be repurposed as organic fertilizer, promoting healthy tree growth without the need for chemical fertilizers. Meanwhile, the fish raised in the ditches help maintain water quality by controlling insects and algae, creating a closed-loop, eco-friendly ecosystem. Additionally, the ditches dug along the rows of coconut trees not only facilitate irrigation but also serve as fish ponds. The water in the ditches maintains stable moisture for the tree roots while providing a habitat for the fish. Meanwhile, fish waste and fallen leaves become natural nutrients for the soil. This combination maximizes space utilization, reduces labor, lowers operational costs, and generates dual income streams. Fish provide immediate profits, while coconuts yield long-term returns. Some households have also installed water pipe systems to channel water from the ditches to fish ponds or nearby rivers, ensuring a constant refresh of water flow. This keeps the fish healthy and less prone to disease while providing the coconut trees with consistent natural moisture. Together, these elements form a balanced, flexible, and sustainable agricultural ecosystem. Additionally, this model showcases clear convenience and scientific precision in its management. Thanks to the spacious ditch design, farmers can easily navigate by boat to perform daily tasks. Equipped with a small bucket or an automatic sprayer mounted on the boat, they can directly water each coconut tree along both banks. The neatly aligned coconut trees, with deep roots and lush green leaves, thrive thanks to the cool water from the fish-rearing environment. During the same trip, farmers can also monitor the condition of their fish, checking water color, clarity, and foam to assess the health of the pond. If needed, they can feed the fish while passing through. Thus, with a single boat trip, 3 tasks, watering trees, feeding fish, and inspecting the ditch, are completed efficiently and effortlessly. This seamless integration of tasks not only saves significant time and effort but also reduces labor costs. In the context of modern agriculture, which prioritizes efficiency and sustainability, this is a key factor making the coconut and fish ditch model a path to quick wealth. The success isn't just due to high output but also the smart, cost-effective approach that maximizes available resources. The coconut and fish farming model is no longer an experiment. It's paving the way for a smart, sustainable approach for farmers amid rising input costs. When nature and human ingenuity work together effectively, the results exceed expectations. Did you know that with the same pond area, many Southeast Asian farmers are doubling their profits thanks to a highly innovative farming model, combining blue crabs and tiger prawns? While each species already generates significant income for thousands of aquaculture households, savvy farmers are embracing a new approach, co-cultivating tiger prawns and blue crabs on the same land, yielding double the profits, lower risks, and environmental sustainability. So, how does this dual farming model work? Why are more and more farmers choosing it? Let's explore in today's video. Tiger prawns have long been considered one of the most important commercial shrimp species in Southeast Asia. With their large size, fast growth, and delicious meat, they hold high economic value and are highly sought after in international markets. Countries like Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, and the Philippines have built a multi-billion-dollar shrimp export industry. The international market price for tiger prawns ranges from $8 to $15 per kilogram, providing a stable income source for millions of coastal farmers. However, farming shrimp alone comes with risks, particularly pond bottom pollution from excess feed, accumulated waste, and disease outbreaks. This is precisely why innovative farmers have turned to an effective biological solution, co-cultivating with blue crabs. The green crab is the preferred choice due to its strong adaptability, ease of care, and high commercial value, reaching $10, $18 per kilogram. Blue crabs live at the pond bottom, are omnivorous, and particularly fond of consuming leftover feed and organic debris. This inadvertently makes them an ecological cleaning machine at the bottom of shrimp ponds. The combination of blue crabs and tiger prawns creates an efficient, multi-layered aquaculture ecosystem. While prawns live and feed in the mid-water layer, crabs operate at the pond bottom, where waste typically accumulates. This improves water quality, reduces organic pollution, and limits the spread of pathogens. At the same time, farmers can utilize leftover feed, cutting down on the cost of industrial feed, one of the most significant expenses in shrimp farming. Numerous videos documenting shrimp crab farming in places like Tra Vinh, Mindanao, and coastal Java show that this co-cultivation model is becoming increasingly popular and effective. In Vietnam, farmers can achieve profits of $5,000 to $10,000 per hectare per year with proper techniques. Some farmers share that since introducing crabs into shrimp ponds, they have not only saved on pond bottom cleaning costs but also gained a stable additional income from selling commercial crabs each season. Technically, this model is not overly complex. Ponds can range from 1,000 to 3,000 square meters with a depth of about 1.5 meters, designed with separate water inlet and outlet systems, and can have either a muddy bottom or a lined base. However, crabs need areas to dig burrows and hide, so the pond bottom should have a moderate layer of mud. Tiger prawns are stocked at a density of 15-25 per m superscript 2. While blue crabs are stocked more sparsely, at 1-2 per m superscript 2. For feeding, prawns are typically raised on industrial feed or probiotics combined with plankton. Crabs, on the other hand, require minimal feeding, with supplemental chopped fish, clams, or leftover prawn feed being sufficient. As a result, total operating costs do not increase significantly compared to single-species farming, while economic efficiency rises substantially. On average, a tiger prawn farming cycle lasts 3-4 months, while blue crabs reach commercial size after about 5-6 months. With this model, farmers can harvest alternately, ensuring a continuous cash flow. Beyond its production value, this model is deeply tied to local culture and cuisine. Blue crab and tiger prawn meat are key ingredients in many traditional and high-end dishes across Southeast Asia. From dishes like tamarind crab and coconut-steamed prawns in Vietnam, to Thai-style prawn sauce, Malaysian curry crab, or grilled specialties at Bali's beach resorts, the demand for both domestic consumption and export is growing rapidly. This further underscores the immense potential of the co-cultivation model in an era where consumers prioritize clean, traceable food sources. Of course, not every model is an absolute success. Challenges include fluctuating seed prices, disease risks if the environment is not well managed, or the lack of standardized techniques across farming regions. To address these, Many cooperatives in Vietnam and the Philippines have partnered with research institutes and seafood companies to standardize techniques, provide disease-free seeds, and ensure stable market outlets for farmers. Encouragingly, international organizations like the FAO, WWF, and Asian development banks are actively providing financial and technical support for sustainable aquaculture models like shrimp crab co-cultivation in Southeast Asia. This is not just the path of a few pioneering farmers but is gradually becoming a major regional trend. From piles of straw once discarded after every harvest, farmers today are reaping bumper profits thanks to a simple yet remarkably effective method, turning leftover straw into straw mushrooms. But what makes this method so widely embraced? And what's special about the process of cultivating straw mushrooms? Let's explore it all in today's video. The straw mushroom farming model is especially popular across Southeast Asian countries, where the hot and humid climate, coupled with rice-centric agriculture, ensures a constant supply of leftover straw. Best of all, this method doesn't require major capital. With just locally available straw, a bit of technique, and a small room for fermentation, farmers can easily earn millions of Vietnamese dong with every harvest. The process starts right after the rice harvest, when massive amounts of straw, up to 70 million tons a year, are left behind in the fields. Farmers gather the straw and load it onto boats for transport via waterways, a method that's both convenient and much less labor-intensive than traditional hauling. The straw is stored in a dedicated shed that's been carefully cleaned and prepped, spacious, dry, and well ventilated, with durable roofing like corrugated iron to shield it from the elements. To monitor the mushroom growth effectively, farmers bundle the straw into small rolls and neatly stack them in rows on wooden or aluminum racks raised above the ground to maintain airflow. Then, they cover everything with a thick tarp to keep the moisture in. In just 10 to 12 days, the first white mushroom buds begin to sprout and grow rapidly. Each straw bundle can yield mushrooms continuously for 3 to 5 days, depending on environmental conditions and how well they're cared for. Each growing cycle can yield anywhere from several dozen to hundreds of kilograms of mushrooms. Straw mushrooms are known for their round caps, short stems, and soft gray or brownish hues. They're a favorite in both rural and urban kitchens, praised for their naturally sweet flavor and versatility, used in soups, stir-fries, and vegetarian dishes. This mushroom farming model comes with low risk, minimal complexity, and a quick return, harvestable just 2 to 3 weeks after seeding. Thanks to its flexible scheduling, farmers can grow mushrooms year-round without being overly dependent on weather. There's no need for expensive machinery or complicated cultivation techniques. With just a few simple and consistent care steps, farmers can grow high-quality mushrooms themselves. In fact, for many families, this model has become a main source of income, creating jobs and improving livelihoods. Statistics show that up to 80% of leftover dry straw after each harvest is burned, a practice that contributes heavily to environmental pollution. So, turning what was once considered agricultural waste into a sustainable, eco-friendly food source is not only smart, it's something rural areas should be encouraged to adopt. Before diving in, growers need a few basics: the right space, ideal temperatures, and irrigation methods. For example, growing rooms should be dry and well ventilated, with high floors and covered roofs for hygiene and temperature control. The ideal temperature range is between 28 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. Anything outside that range can affect the mushroom's growth. Especially during the fermentation stage, straw must be covered well to avoid mold and to prevent rapid fermentation. For watering, farmers use small nozzle hoses or manual spray bottles, gently misting the straw without soaking it. There are two common growing methods: vertical stacking and partition shelves. In the vertical method, straw bundles are shaped into upright towers, ideal for limited growing spaces or for beginners testing out the model. The partition method uses a horizontal layout, creating multiple growing compartments spaced about 60 to 100 centimeters apart. This setup works best in larger spaces such as mushroom houses or greenhouses. All in all, what started as leftover straw has become an ingenious solution for farmers to create stable income. With a process that's simple, affordable, and tailored for rural settings, the straw mushroom farming model is spreading quickly, offering a sustainable livelihood and a step toward greener agriculture.